Everybody knows he's fair. I am not. He's a foul-mouthed minister. Everybody, please stay clear of him. His name is Jim. Sitting out in the sun, trying to show everyone his fun. Nobody wants to see. Everybody run from him. It's Jim. It's Jim. Married people in the park, chasing boys after dark. Minister. Everybody, please stay clear of him. I'm a fairy. His name is Jim. I'm a fairy. I'm a fairy. He goes out in the dark. Don't wanna see him spark. Everybody knows he's gay. I'm a fairy. All he likes to say is hey and super. So it's Jim. I'm a fairy. Live on a billboard sign. Listen to how much he'll whine. If he take off from his show, don't you know he's the one who won't go? I'm a fairy. His name is Jim. I'm a fairy. His name is Jim. I'm a fairy. His name is I'm a fairy.
Bend him over like many guys have done. As for the hot studs, he's got his eyes on one. He smokes, likes the pot each day. Most thinks that he is gay. Bad jokes is what he will say. Yeah, 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 yeah. When he wakes up, he likes to take drugs. He drives around and tries to find yard sales. He makes us crazy because he's lazy. Every goal he tries to meet, he fails. He doesn't like to pay. He is a bad lay. He's got a DJ business that's never booked. He drives a crappy van. He's got a farmer's tan. Don't ever try to eat any food he's cooked. He likes to smoke pot in a hookah. Oh, in his hookah. When Jimmy walks into a room, smells like a sewer plant's on fire. If someone doesn't light a candle soon, our sense of smell, it will expire. Oh, come on, Jimmy, take a shower. Come on, Jimmy, take a shower. Come on, Jimmy, take a shower. Yeah, I'd rather smell porta potty air than to be stuck in a room with you. Jimmy, take a shower, wash your hair. Try to scrub your pits and crotch good too. Come on, Jimmy, take a shower. 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 Oh, man, was he stinking. Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it, man. It is 8:04 on a Wednesday. Let's kick it up. Come on.
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster.
And TJ's Texas Fling.
I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the Morning Disaster Show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the Morning Disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster.
Ba, ba, ba. It is Ray Lytle's. It's Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. I'm Ray. I'm in my studio at home. It's nice and comfortable. Of course, TJ is it looks like he's riding a bucking bull in
I'm in Oklahoma.
what were you just going through? I saw you literally, your CB speaker and everything was just flying around. Stuff was flying from the top of your truck, and you were going. You looked like you were like ready to fall out of the truck. What were you driving over?
While we were just doing the pregame, I ran inside to grab a cup of coffee at one of the truck stops, and that was their parking lot doing all that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's bad. But, good, decent truck stop, just a really crappy parking lot.
So you're coming back from Texas. You're all the way in Oklahoma.
I'm 70 miles away from Muskogee right now. So yeah, I'm about halfway through Oklahoma now, and I'll be back in Illinois tonight.
Look at that. So you slept in Oklahoma last night?
Yep, I sure did. Still have all my hair in my scalp too.
Well,
Slept on the reservation.
You're making a joke about being about someone taking your the top of your head off. Well,
I mean, I was on the reservation.
Right.
They don't like white people on the reservation.
I didn't know they were still scalping people.
Hey, in certain areas, yeah. Believe it or not, yeah.
Some people believe that the scalping didn't really go on, that was a tactic that people use to create fear in the Native Americans.
It really happened.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that some people, now they feel that wasn't what was really going on, that they were, some people say they're making that up just to scare people.
I have a very good friend of mine in New Mexico that is pure-blooded Apache.
Right.
And he said that, yes, that not only did that happen, that some of the scalps were kept as family heirloom.
They kept the scalp?
Yeah.
That's disturbing. I was just saying that, I certainly don't know. I mean, I just thought I'd bring it up. Thought I'd bring it up. Well, I certainly don't think in 2021 people are running around truck stops scalping.
Well, I wasn't at a truck stop last night. I was on an exit ramp.
So you slept on an exit ramp.
Yep.
I think you're just begging for it if you're doing that.
Hey, by the way, we did try Snoopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the atmosphere, amazing.
Yeah.
Go in there, sit up.
You sit outside and you're right there on the.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. I don't know. I just have I have fond memories of that place. And I have fond memories.
You're right there on the Intercoastal. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Downside is the food has gone downhill.
How do you know?
Because we went up to Crabbin later on and got shrimp again up there, and what we had for shrimp at Snoopy's was basically the same thing I got when I was up in Kingsland.
Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you. I mean, I like how you have to start by just shitting on my suggestion.
No, I said
you could have just said, "Hey, I took your advice. You went. It was nice. Thank you." Boom. That's it. Instead, you have to shit on it and basically, imply that my wife and I are liars.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying that's what it feels like you're doing. You go out of your way. You go out of your way to shit on my suggestion.
Did you shit in the shower this morning? Is that why you're?
No, I did not shit in the shower. No.
Thank God.
I'm just pointing out that that's what it's your.
No,
our listeners in the chat room.
The atmosphere was cool. The people that worked there, they were awesome.
I'm saying that
it was a nice environment.
Mm-hmm.
The margarita that they made was amazing.
I'm just pointing out that if you didn't like it, you didn't. Nobody was forcing you to say it. I'm just pointing out that that's what you went out of your way to say something that sure seemed very negative towards me.
I said the food that you remember was not what I had.
Well, how do you know what I remember?
Because what you were describing was what I had up at Crabbin.
Well, that's a good place too.
Crabbin was great.
That's a fine place too.
I bought 2 dozen of the shrimp up at Crabbin, half fried and half Cajun, and I ended up bringing some of the Cajun with me. I ate some of it. I ate the rest of it yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you. You sure went out of your way. Am I the only one that thinks?
No, everybody's going to kiss your ass now to make.
No one's going to kiss my ass. No one's going to kiss my ass. People just need to say what they thought when they heard it. I thought it sounded you were going out of your way to be negative towards me.
No, I was not.
That's what it sounded like. Like you
what did somehow. I started off positive, and I said it was really cool. I like the environment. I love out. It's on the pier.
Okay.
The Intercoastal.
You should have said, "Oh, it was really nice. Thanks for the suggestion." But no, you have to insult Snoopy's. You insult Snoopy's food. You made it sound like I'm an idiot. Like, I don't know what you've had, but yeah. Steve says I agree, Ray. He agrees with me.
Exactly.
He agrees. He's listened to the show. He knows what it sounds like. He knows what it sounds like, what you did. That's what, by the way, first in the chat room was Fat 420. Our favorite listener, first today. Everyone else, Steve, Diane, losers. They were second and third in the chat room. Yeah.
That 420 must be eating something that's got him in the shower early, and that's why he's getting in first.
By the way, my old roommate said Grumbles is the best. He would have suggested Grumbles in Port Aransas is where you should have gone.
We're gonna do that next time down there. We didn't have the time. We did Virginia's.
Grumbles are really good.
We went over to Fisherman's Wharf. We went up to Crabbin.
Well, everyone, don't listen to frickin' TJ. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Snoopy's is the place to go. When it comes to food, I'm the one you listen to.
Really?
Yes.
So you're saying that I just have no taste buds now? Is that what you're implying?
No, I'm saying I'm the one who knows food. I'm the one who knows food. Oh, and Bubba says, I started the show wrong. It's Wednesday, not Tuesday. Yeah, I did start out saying it's Tuesday. Thank you.
A long weekend.
Thank you, Bubba. Yeah.
When we got back to the house, though, the power had gone out while we were gone. We had to cook everything in the refrigerator that night.
Listen to what Steve says. Always listen to the fat guy when food is... Yeah, of course. You listen to I'm the one who knows food. He doesn't know food. Look at him.
Really?
It's not even normal for an adult male to be as thin as... It's not even normal. That's abnormal.
Okay. I have a high metabolism.
An adult male should weigh more than you. I mean, for God's sakes.
I have a high metabolism.
You and Gilligan, the only ones that have that body as you grow older.
I eat as much food as a fat guy. I just don't put the weight on.
It's just bothering. Very, very troubling. Then there are people like me and Bubba who should weigh like 170. But and Fat 420, he's another one. We should weigh 170. But society and the unkindness of reality has somehow made us gain this weight. There's no way we should weigh as much as we do.
Maybe you gained it for me. Thank you, Ray.
We don't eat as much. And by the way, better taste.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Fine. You know what? I'm keeping the peaches.
I don't want your fucking peaches.
Brought back Fredericksburg peaches for you.
I don't care. I don't care.
You aren't getting any.
And
the jalapenos. I'm keeping the fresh jalapenos too.
I give you advice on a wonderful restaurant, and you shit on it.
Oh, here we go.
You basically just shat on my advice. How dare you? I will never. From now on, I'm just not even going to go out of my way. When you go to your ridiculous vacations, I'm not even going to go out of my way to say anything. I'll be like, you know what? I'll say, okay, whatever. Go to McDonald's. McDonald's is a fine place for you. You'll be happy there.
Dude, everywhere I go, I try local food. You know, it don't matter wherever I'm at. I try local food.
You're more suited for McDonald's, Arby's,
Yuck.
Burger King. Maybe where your taste lies. You should try more.
You know what? I was going to suggest something next time you make it over to El Paso, but forget it.
I never go to El Paso. No,
I had Old El Paso a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That's not Mexican food. That's garbage.
That's white people food.
Those are the restaurants you should stick to, TJ.
Yeah, bite me.
From now on, I'm not giving you suggestions of a place to go. You're just going to insult it.
Hey, I hadn't tried Portillo's.
That is an insult to me.
That was great.
That's an insult to me, my wife, my daughter. We gave you that suggestion. No more. I'm not going out of my way to suggest anything to you.
You want me to
TJ,
lie?
did you not go to Taco Bell?
Do you want me to lie to you?
Maybe Taco Bell is your. Maybe that's the height of your taste buds. Going to Taco Bell. Perhaps that's where you should go from now on.
You know,
We don't need you. We don't need you going to classy places. And this one wasn't even classy. We told you it's just a fun, relaxed atmosphere.
It's a fun, cool place. I mean, like I said.
But not you.
I said right up front as like a really cool, just down on the pier, really neat place. I will go in there and drink all day long.
Then you shit on it. Then you shit on it. I don't care.
Yeah, well.
I'm just gonna shit on my suggestions.
Okay, fine. I'll start lying to you. Hey, Ray, you look really thin today.
I don't need your sass, TJ. I am not interested in it. I feel worse off knowing you're closer to me than yesterday. If I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Maybe from now on you should stick to your McDonald's.
Oh, come on.
Your Taco Bell. And some of your other fancier restaurants that you should try out when you vacation. Arby's. That's where you should go to.
Yeah, right.
Baskin Robbins. These are the places that you should visit.
Did you visit the last open Chi-Chi's? Did you have some fried ice cream?
Chi-Chi. Yes. Or Chile's. That sounds like a little fancy for you, TJ.
Yeah, is that it?
Maybe that's where you're fancy.
So let me guess. Now your implication is that I'm just too unrefined and broke and poor and trashy.
Common.
To understand complex flavors.
Very common. That's what you are.
I know I am.
You're very common.
I'm not.
He's very common. No, it's just
dude, I was just saying
redneck.
What it was, what I was told it was, and what I had was two different things.
Steve is saying TJ's a redneck. Yeah. I told you the place. I said they don't even have glasses. They serve your Cokes. They serve your soft drinks in cans.
Not anymore.
I never said it was a fancy place.
A restaurant where they just give you cans? That is fancy to me.
Yeah. I'm saying
that's very hoity-toity.
My biggest thing is all the shrimp fishermen, they bring up the shrimp that day, they buy it, and they fry it. It's a nice little, with a comfortable atmosphere. It's just a nice little place where they fry fresh shrimp. It's just delicious. They don't make fucking pansy Cajun fish or Cajun shrimp. They just fry it.
Yeah, it's Long John Silver's. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right?
It's a
fancy. Is that what we're talking about? Long John Silver's?
It's a fancy Long John.
Oh, you mean Captain D's.
It's a nice place, but TJ has to shit on it.
No, I said it was a nice place, that the people were cool. No, they're not serving your soda in a can anymore. They're actually using cups.
See, this is why I hesitated. You told me, "Oh, I'm going to tell me where to go to," and I said, "No, that's all right. I'm not going to do it." And I delayed because I knew something like this would happen. Like I can't trust TJ to not insult my recommendation.
Seems like you're being very overly sensitive about this.
No, I'm just telling you.
I mean, do you have like stock in the restaurant?
I think he does now.
No.
Do you have family members that run it?
No.
Then what are you worried about?
I'm just saying that I told my wife, I said, no, screw him. I don't want to give him recommendations for anything. She goes,
It's not like he's the president of the Zagat's book or whatever, and is going to give a bad review.
he gave a bad review on the airwaves, on my airwaves. And somehow questioning my recommendation, which I find very insulting.
Like I said, you want me to start lying to you?
I'm gonna keep my recommendations a little closer. I'm not giving you any more recommendations. I'm not gonna tell you anything, and I'm just gonna ignore your bullshit. I'm just gonna ignore it. We know what's really going on. We know what's really going on. Listeners know what's going on.
Now,
I know the truth. We know what's really happening.
Tell us more, Alex Jones.
I'm telling you. I know what he's up to.
that I told you the truth.
His goal was, I'm going to shit on any recommendations that Ray gives me. That's why I gave one recommendation. One. When he started asking me other questions, I just ignored them. And I said, no. I'm not going to give you any other recommendations. And he was like, oh, you're so rude. You just don't have time for anybody. Blah, 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 blah. This is why. Because I knew you would do this. I knew you would shit.
I said I was going down there with my uncle and my grandpa who are down there once a month.
I knew my recommendations would be shat upon were I to give them. And I was correct. In thinking that I should not waste my time.
Gee, I'm sorry your stock went down.
I have no stock. I'm just telling you. I knew my recommendations were to be shat upon.
Congratulations, TJ. You just put a restaurant out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Good Lord.
I knew no matter what I suggested, I should have known he was going to shit on it. I should have known.
How anti-American.
I give you honest feedback.
I don't want your honest feedback. I don't want it. I don't want your honest anything, because I know it's not honest. It's coming. I
don't want your honest feedback because I know it's not honest. Even though your honest feedback is insulting.
I don't want
that made my nose start bleeding.
I don't want your honesty. That's your bullshit. I know exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. He was probably eating it going, oh, this is delicious. But there's no way I can admit to Ray that it was delicious like he said. Let me write down what I'm going to say.
Let me put it in this Yelp review.
Yeah. And there are other places I could have recommended, but I didn't. I didn't recommend anywhere else. And I recommended, and my wife recommended it. And he just had the shit on it. This is why I didn't recommend anywhere else, because that would have been shat upon as well. No more recommendations. I'm done making recommendations. Summer goes, good morning. What are you talking about? Summer, TJ was in Texas.
No more recommendations. The show brought to you by Head West Subs. When you want a great sub, you got to head west.
No, no more recommendations for TJ. TJ went down to where I used to live. And he kept asking me about, and I just wouldn't tell him anything. I gave him one recommendation. I said, okay, we'll go to this one restaurant. And I gave him the restaurant, told him where it was. And he went to the restaurant. And then, of course, he gave me a review. I didn't ask for his review of the restaurant, but he decided to share with me his review of the restaurant. And he shat upon the restaurant, I told him. And I'm just saying, no more reviews for him. No more. I know his game. His game is to make me look bad. That is his plan. I will no longer fall for. I'll no longer fall for the plan. I will, I will keep it. I will keep the plans just to me. Yeah. By the way, Fat 420 says TJ pulled a Sean and left because he was hurt by Ray's truth. Thank you, Fat 420. Thank God there's someone. Thank God someone understands me. It is troubling that that's the person that shits in the shower, but still.
Thank God of the pointing out of the alienation that's going on.
Yeah. Thank God someone understands the reality. Thank you, Fat 420. You are a true friend. You and Steve. Not like TJ. You are a true friend. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate your love. Everyone else, no more recommendations. I'm not going to give you recommendations.
Yep. The show sponsored by Core Installation.
Well, I'm telling you,
when you need office supplies and office furniture.
If you're going to take a vacation from somewhere, I have no recommendation for you. None. I'll recommend national chains. I'll say, oh, they have a place called Chili's. Oh, you're going to Salt Lake City? Oh, I've been there. Yes.
Yeah.
They have a place called Chili's you'll like.
Applebee's is a fantastic local restaurant.
Yeah, you'll like.
You should go give them a try.
There's a place called.
Tell them Ray sent you.
There's a place called Denny's. They make a wonderful pancake. Fat 420, you're going to Georgia? Oh, you're going to want to go to this place. They have tons of pancakes. They're international type pancakes. Yeah, I recommend.
Like a house.
I recommend the Waffle House. That's what I recommend for you. You're going on vacation. I'll recommend some stomping you can do.
Yes. What hotel are you staying at? Oh, you don't want those. You don't want that one. They don't have the whole great tubs.
You wanna gear. I'm gonna go out of my way. I'm gonna recommend to you the shittiest thing I could possibly recommend.
You want to stay at what's called a Super 8 motel.
I've gone to places before and people have recommended things to me, and I have done what they've recommended, and it wasn't as good. And then I came back home and they said, "Oh, did you try blah blah blah?" And I said, "I did," and it was, "Thank you so much for the recommendation." You know what I mean? That's all I say.
So you lie to people.
I'd be graceful. Yeah. I say, thank you for that great recommendation. But then maybe next time I went back, I never went back to the place they recommended. That's how I do it. I mean, that's how I choose to do things. Where I don't cause controversy intentionally with what I do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving recommendations anymore. Oh, hey, did you see the picture I put up on Facebook, Nick?
No, I did not.
I shared a picture of myself and Jim the photographer.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
It's a classic. That's a classic photo from like 90. I guess 97 or 98. But it's a good photo, right? And Jimmy looks so young. I was like, oh my God, look at how young he looks in the photo. It truly is. I mean, it's something else when you look at it, just how young the guy looks. And I miss him. I miss him daily. Daily, I miss Jim. Jim would not take my Snoopy's recommendation and shit upon it. I'll tell you that. Yeah. So I changed my picture, and I did it last night, and I think it's a fantastic photo. I wanted to point it out. I don't look that good in it, but Jimmy looks amazing. Also, by the way, there are still people
that think Sean.
Yes, that
Work
think
for
Sean
Sean?
Bullitt is in that photo that I put up. And I had to put on there and go, I don't need to say it, do I? Like, and people still don't get it. There's literally hundreds of people that are reaching out to Sean and congratulating him.
And here's how much those people do not know about him at all: is that he has a beard right now,
Yes.
and the picture shows him without that alone.
The pictures
shows-
of Ron,
Wait a second.
Ron Coomer, the Chicago Cubs color commentary guy, who looks incredibly bad. That's why he looks like Sean. That's not Sean. It's Ron Coomer. It's not even him. And people are congratulating him. Oh my God. It's not Sean. It's in the hundreds now. It's in the hundreds now of people who, of people who have reacted to the photo and made comments about Sean and all kinds of stuff. It's just shocking. It's shocking to me. That's Ron Coomer, who is looking like Sean. It's not Sean.
Yeah, and if you know anything about Sean, he's been doing his Andy Rooney complaining for the past week and a half on Facebook with pictures of himself with a beard.
Yeah. It's not Sean.
That shows how much you pay attention to your so-called friends.
I just don't understand people. Yeah, but there's a bunch of that going on. I mean, and I don't want to be an asshole and go on and say, listen, people, it's not Sean. But I'm afraid that people are going to think that.
At this point, I'd be like, what's wrong with you?
I'm afraid people are going to think that I didn't know that wasn't Sean. No, it was a joke. Of course All you
got to put is, that's not Sean, right? This was a joke.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Some people, I don't know. But let's talk about what's really going on in the world, Nick. That is that Donald Trump will be Donald Trump will be reinstated as president. Donald Trump is about to be reinstated as president.
You got to give me a moment to process.
Did you hear about what I'm talking about?
Yes, I did.
Trump is now telling people,
yeah,
he's going to be reinstated. And they had a QAnon convention over the weekend. QAnon, which, by the way, as we found out from that Adam McKay documentary, is fake. It's bullshit. The QAnon thing is all, as we all knew, it was just bullshit.
You guys got played.
Yeah. And they even proved it. And then you guys still had a convention where you praised the fake person. I mean, what in the hell's going on? And one of the things they did was they had Flynn, General Mike Flynn, to be a speaker, who was asked a question about Myanmar, which is a country, halfway around the world, and how they overthrew their government. And Flynn answered by going, well, I guess that could happen here. By the way, that could never happen here. Assholes could try like they did on January 6th, but it's never going to happen here.
How can someone who works for the government not know how the government works?
Yeah. Well, he was just, he was kowtowing to these QAnon idiots.
Yeah, but you're a former general, right? He was a general,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Trump goes out and starts telling everybody, oh, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to be reinstated. No. They're not going to reinstate you to anything.
That's not how the Constitution works.
The Constitution says there's only one way
To remove a president.
to be named president. You have to have been elected. You have to have been either elected to the presidency or elected to a position to where you will become president if something happens to the current person serving in the role.
Yeah.
That's the only way. There's the only way to become president. They don't reinstate someone as president. That doesn't happen. It's just ridiculous. And yet Trump says it and these people believe him.
It's because he's being looked at in New York. He's got to say something.
That's true, yeah.
He has to deflect the bigger story.
Yeah. The bigger story is it looks like somebody's going to serve jail time.
Mm-hmm.
It's sure looking that way. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people that think.
Hey,
literally, they think
move the goalposts as much as you want.
They think the guy is somehow going to be reinstated as president, which I don't know. I got to be honest. I find it troubling that that people believe this shit like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's cult mentality.
It's
a cult now. You have to call it a cult.
I just find it very troubling. Very troubling that people believe that shit. But yeah, I thought I'd bring that up. Because they were interviewed. There was on CNN, they had some guy out who went to this QAnon event, right? And he was interviewing people outside the event and asking them what they thought was going to happen. You know what I mean? He was interviewing them to get their thoughts on what they thought was going to happen. And this is what they said was going to happen. And it's sad because these people actually believe this stuff. You know? They actually believe that this is reality. And it's not going to end well for them. Like at some point they're going to realize this is all bullshit. And so it's hard to not feel sorry for those people. I mean, that at least that's what I get out of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Eventually, when Trump passes away, they're going to say he's not dead. They're going to treat him like Elvis and say he's alive. He's living in a bunker somewhere, still controlling the government. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen.
I mean, I just find it, I don't know. I just find the whole thing
And they contradict
Tragic.
each other themselves all the time. They say, "Well, he's still in charge. He's doing everything behind the scenes, but he's going to be reinstated." How does that work?
Yeah, I just don't.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, I just feel sorry for these. I just feel sorry for these people. I really do. I feel tragically sad for them. You know?
I don't anymore.
Yeah, well, I do. I mean, I
can't.
I mean, maybe I'm just a sucker, but
You're a grown adult. You say you're a free thinker, but yet you're still doing this cult mentality. So you're obviously not a free thinker, and reality has passed you by. And I can't save you, and I can't do anything because you're not going to listen to me. So I don't feel sorry for you anymore.
I do feel bad for them because they're going to realize, you know.
They won't realize anything. They're not going to realize anything. They would have done it by now. It's been 6 months.
I mean, listen to this, Nick. It's
been more than 6 months.
This is the guy on CNN interviewing people, okay? And it's just tragic.
Biden is he's like a puppet president. The military is in charge. It's going to be like Myanmar. What's happening in Myanmar? The military is doing their own investigation, and at the right time, they're going to be restoring the republic with Trump as president.
What's going on in Myanmar right now? The government took over, and they're redoing the election, correct? That could possibly happen here, possibly.
Would you like to see it happen?
Absolutely.
I would like to see it happen. Really? Yes.
You know why? Because the election was stolen from us.
From
Tony joins us now. So I understand Michael Flynn appears to have made additional comments about this controversy. What's he now saying?
That's right, Anderson. He is today saying that his words have been twisted somehow, that he is not actually calling for a coup. But look, I mean, you heard the comments there in that piece, and essentially this QAnon conference was devoted to overturning the results of the election. You heard Sidney Powell there talking about a potentially new inauguration day. And, you know, this talk of a coup is something that has been circulating for months now in the QAnon conspiracy theory world that both Powell and Flynn live in. And, you know, I spend a lot of time reading a lot of these pro-Trump forums, these QAnon forums online, and speaking to Trump supporters. And I will say of all the conspiracy theories we hear and all the different ideas, this talk from Americans about a coup, cheering on a coup and hoping for a coup in the United States is one of the most chilling things that I hear on the road.
Yeah.
Anderson?
Tony O'Sullivan, appreciate it.
See, I feel bad for those people.
No, I don't feel bad. I'm afraid for those people. I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah. Oh, well, so there's that's one of the top news things that they're looking at. By the way, what is the average person? The average person trust how many people? They did a recent study.
2.
And they came up with a number. It says the average person trusts how many people? You know, how many people do you trust? How many person does the average people trust? I want you guys to guess. Chat room, take guesses too. Come on, I want to know how many people you trust.
I would say 5.
You got 5.
I would say 5 would be my number.
I want to know what the average person trusts. Let me know. Bubba also says 5. Steve says 10. I see the numbers rolling in. There's no way I would trust 10 people.
10 people, that's a lot to juggle.
I got to be honest. And this is in my life. My life, I've trusted you know, I've trusted so many people in my life. The majority of them have all stabbed me right in the back. I'm serious.
Yeah.
All the way from high school to now, I am regularly stabbed in the back by people I'm stupid enough to trust. You know what I mean? Remember, I trusted Sean Bellin, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Until there was that big deal when the show first started going. There was a really, really big deal. I haven't even said what the deal was, but there was a really big deal that I had worked out. Really big deal. And I had told him in complete and utter privacy. Within a half an hour, he had blurted it out to several people. One of whom was the person that could kibosh the whole deal. And he blew the whole thing up. That's the kind of thing that happens to me when it comes to people I trust. The average amount of people that we trust is 7.
That still seems like too many.
The average adult trusts 7 people. And 40% of people say the pandemic has helped them to reveal who's trustworthy and who isn't. More than 8 of 10 people think they themselves are trustworthy, though. Yeah. The top signs that someone is trustworthy includes being reliable, not being manipulative, having integrity, respecting boundaries, being a good listener, being considerate, being authentic, and not canceling plans at the last minute. And they say they can trust 7 people. I think that seems way too high. Way, way too high. 7 people? Come on. I don't even have 7 friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even have 7 friends. Yeah. There's no way. Let's see. Who do I trust? I'm trying to work up the number, but not. I think I'm at 3. How many people do you actually trust? What was your number?
My number would probably be 5. Between 4 and 5. Probably there's one on the fence. But even for people that I trust, I don't tell them everything.
I trust my wife.
Yep.
I trust my brother Goose. I trust Goose. I trust DC. I could trust DC. And then I could trust my old roommate Joel because he lives so far away. You know what I mean?
Oh shoot!
lives
If
so
we're
far
going- if
away
we're going that logic.
Well, I'm just
move it
saying
up
that
to
he
20.
lives so far. Like I could tell him something and not worry about him, bettering himself or someone else because he just wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I would have said my mother, but no, I don't think for a second that my mother's not picking up the phone and telling someone. Well, you know what Ray told me. I don't tell anyone, but he says blah 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 blah. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I know she's blabbing to someone. I like Sean Boleyn. I don't trust Sean Boleyn. No. Mm-mm. No, I don't know. Trust is and should be very hard. I hope no one trusts me. It's a lot of it sounds like a lot of pressure, like don't say anything to anybody. That seems like a lot of pressure. I try to keep everyone in my life make them not so important. You know what I mean?
Because, yeah, that's a way to look at it.
Yeah, then it won't.
If you keep low expectations, if something goes wrong, you don't feel as bad about it. I get that.
Thank you.
I can buy that.
That's exactly how I think. Yeah. That's exactly how I think.
I'm okay with that logic.
I don't want to be someone who betrays somebody else. But I'm serious. Everywhere in my whole life, I'm in my early 50s, and of my entire life, every single person I've trusted has stabbed me in the back.
See, that's why I don't tell anybody anything.
Yeah. This is why I don't do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
I give them very little to go on, even though the full story I know.
Like I've never stolen anything. I've never had an affair or anything like that. I've never done anything outside of the law. Because
okay.
Because I just know I'll be caught.
You were caught.
I was caught what? No, I didn't do anything outside of the law.
Yeah, you drove without a license. That's against
yeah,
the
but
law.
I didn't even get a ticket. There was no ticket for it. There was a warning.
But you just because you didn't get punished for it doesn't mean you didn't break the law.
Well, it certainly didn't feel like it. My court case was literally 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Was 12 seconds. I guess I trust Jason.
To screw everything up.
Well, I'm saying that Jason pushed me around in a wheelchair. I think I can trust that guy.
Yeah, he didn't throw you off a ledge or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
So you got that going for you.
Like if I give Jason a recommendation, he would just go there and eat it and then just keep it to himself, whether he liked it or not. You know? You could trust him. So maybe I've got 4 people. Maybe. But most people in my life they stabbed me in the back. And I was, and you know what? I'm never angry at them. I'm angry at myself. I go, God damn it. Why in the world? Why did I tell him? Why did I tell that person? I get mad at myself. Like the Sean thing really hurt me.
Well, you were excited about it because when you told me I could hear in your voice how excited you were.
Yes, it was big, right? It was big.
It was big.
And I can't even tell you what, even now, if it would have happened, it would have made a huge difference. This show would be a lot different right now.
Mm-hmm.
If it would have happened, it would have been
the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. And I wasn't even mad at Sean. I was just like, well, of course. What did I expect? Goddamn, had to tell him. Why did I do that? Yeah. I'm telling you. So, but this thing says the average person trusts 7 people. That seems kind of high. And the top signs that you're trustworthy include being reliable. I'm not reliable. Don't. If you expect me to be reliable, I got bad news for you. Not being manipulative. I can't make that promise. No. If it's for to make people laugh, I will be manipulative. I will definitely 100% be manipulative to get the joke. Having integrity. I gotta be. I'm indifferent on that. I don't think I intentionally would not have integrity. But once again, for the joke, you know what I mean? For the joke, if it's gonna make the people in our chat room laugh,
yep,
I can't be trusted. If I'm gonna get a laugh out of Steve and Fat 420, I can't be trusted to not say something. Say a trustworthy person respects boundaries. No. They're a good listener. No.
What?
Who?
Huh?
They're considerate. I'm not considerate. In fact, not only am I not considerate, I think people who expect me to be considerate, there's something wrong with them. I go, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Expecting me to be considerate. No. Being authentic. Well, I might be authentic. I'm just authentically me. And being trustworthy, they expect you to not cancel plans at the last minute. Oh, please.
Hey, stuff happens where I do have to cancel plans at the last minute. It's not that I wanted to.
Listen, when it comes to cancel plans at the last minute, here's the problem. The problem is I let you make plans around me. I just choose. I don't choose to do anything. I choose to do nothing. Because trust me, I always want to cancel plans because I don't want to do anything. I'm just angry at myself for letting someone make plans around me. So of course I'll cancel plans at the last minute. I'll find excuses every day to cancel plans. Every day. Every situation. So I'm not trust. So don't trust me. I'm not trustworthy. And I think it's bullshit that people have 7 trustworthy. Unbelievable. Who has 7 people they can trust? I mean, come on. If you feel you can trust 7 people, you're a sucker. Then you're a sap. That's what you are, a sap. There's no way you should trust 7 people. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that is going to, it should shock you. All right? Something that half of Americans, I'm going to tell you something that half of Americans believe that will shock you. Are you ready for this?
Give it to me.
Nearly half of Americans think it is possible that dinosaurs still exist in a remote corner of the world.
Well, I'm not shocked by that.
And 1 in 5 think there were lots of dinosaurs still living 100 years ago.
Not shocked by that at all, because we have people who still believe that the Earth is flat.
But not half of us.
Oh yeah, nope. My faith in the human race has fallen dramatically. That I am not surprised that half the people that were surveyed believe that.
I mean, it's just, this is the most shocking thing. I mean, people do realize the dinosaurs lived. Well, what
Millions.
the
Millions.
fossils 65 million years ago.
With an M.
These fossils that we find, are that old. They're found from that long ago. The Earth is that old. There have not been dinosaurs on it for a long, long time. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, it's shocking. It's shocking to me that people believe this. They think dinosaurs still live somewhere on the... By the way, if there was a place on Earth that dinosaurs still lived, we would know about it.
Yeah, we've explored enough land that we kind of know where everything's at now.
We have planes, we have satellites. We could see every part of the Earth except underwater. That's the only part of the Earth we can't see. Are the parts that are too deep, The parts that are too deep, we can't see. Everything else we have explored. There is no place on Earth where dinosaurs are living. It's troubling that people believe that there is an island somewhere where there's, where there's a bunch of Tyrannosaurus Rex living. It makes no sense. It truly makes no sense. I told you I'd shock you.
I'm not shocked.
I mean, we're Americans, for God's sakes. Americans. We've got to be smarter. Well, I guess,
Well, nope.
I mean, I guess I did just play audio not that long ago of people who think they're going to reinstate the ex-president.
Yep. Exhibit B.
I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Here's another thing from today. Do you know how much the cast of Friends got paid to do that reunion?
Too much.
I'm just saying. Have you thought of a number?
No.
Well, first, let's go back to the beginning of the actual show, Friends. How much were the cast of Friends making their very first year? All right. When the show first started out in 1994, the Friends were making $22,500 per episode. That's actually quite a bit of money,
Yeah.
$22,500 per. That's a lot of money in 1994. And there was 24 episodes in season 1. They made about $540,000 each for the first season. All right. And then in season 2, they were making between $22,500 and $40,000 each. But David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston were making the most money at the end of during season 2. And then it was the next season when Aniston and Schwimmer announced to the rest of the show what they were being paid. And then it was Schwimmer that said to everyone on the show, he said, hey, we should get paid the same. All of us should make the same amount of money. Like no difference in what I make as compared to the rest of you. And then they started negotiating. They started negotiating as a team instead of as individuals. And then that's when the pay went up. By the way, in seasons 9 and 10, they made $1 million per episode. That's amazing. And by the way, even now, how much do you think now with syndication does each Friends cast member make? Like in all the repeats and stuff, how much money do you think they make in syndication? Because it's astounding. Even today, the cast of Friends still make $20 million a year from syndication. And that's all the individuals. So they don't do anything. Literally, even if they didn't work, they could sit on their ass and just get a check for $20 million a year. Wow. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I am fatter than LeBlanc, but but he's still working. I mean, he still does a show. Why? He gets $20 million a year to do nothing? I can't believe he's still working. Good Lord. Yeah. So I said, how much did they get paid to the HBO Max reunion special? Are you ready to give a guess?
$10 million apiece.
I'll tell you, HBO Max offered them $2.5 million each to show up
and tell stories.
And just tell stories about their past, years. And there wasn't a guarantee it was going to be funny or anything. They just had to show up and just tell stories of the past. $2.5 million. Wow. That's unbelievable. Good for them. And I'll tell you, the reunion, my wife, and I enjoyed it too, but my wife loved Friends. I still remember, all the 94, all the years. I mean, let's face it, they were on the entire run of the Morning Disaster. And I remember on the night when it ran, watching seeing my wife. I still remember her dressed, a certain way watching Friends, and it just brings a joy to my eyes. It's amazing.
I've been watching the reruns again on HBO Max.
Yeah, is it any good? Does it still hold up?
Yeah. I'm on season 2 right now. I watch a couple episodes before bed.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what happened on the show. I mean, I know that Ross and Rachel and, I know there were a few episodes where Courtney Cox was all fat. I know they all dated different people and,
Yep, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah. And then like didn't Phoebe get pregnant or?
She got pregnant through artificial insemination for her half brother.
She was a surrogate.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll be damned. Yeah, so I sort of remember that. And I remember Joey and Joey hooked up with Rachel, right?
Yes. Well, I don't think they actually had sex.
Oh.
But they kind of dated a little bit.
And then Monica and Chandler got married at the end, right?
Yes.
So I sort of remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a delightful show, and it was,
Yeah, it entertained.
But I know when we watched it when it came out last Thursday. And the amount of joy on my wife's face, it was
a show that just a show that defined a lot of people.
I mean, I enjoyed
find their youth.
I enjoyed watching it. but I enjoyed watching my wife while watching it even more.
Like I watched a couple episodes last night and I laughed. I actually still laughed at it. I thought parts were funny.
Yeah, I think it was a good show. I have nothing bad to say about it. Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice if they'd have had if they would have had some Hispanic or black people on it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it as a Hispanic person, but I don't hate the show because of it.
A little more diversity.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't find anything wrong. There's nothing, But there was a lot of shows that didn't have diversity,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, NYPD Blue had some diversity, but the diversity was all the criminals. It would have been nice. But I guess they did have, diversity as the good guys too,
Yeah, they had Jimmy Smits.
Yeah, he was the boss. He was one of the detectives. He was good. And one of the guys in charge, one of the bosses was Hispanic, Yeah. So but I there's nothing I liked Friends. There's nothing wrong with it, And I enjoyed watching my wife take such pleasure in the reunion. And I like the reunion too. I don't know why the fuck Justin Bieber was on it. You know what I mean? I don't know who thought all the guests. Did you see the guests they brought out for stuff,
No, I haven't seen the reunion
Oh,
episode.
you haven't seen it yet? Okay.
No, I haven't yet. So, yeah.
It's really good.
Way to spoil it.
It's
a bad
really
way for me.
It's really good, but they bring out guests that don't make sense.
Yeah, Justin Bieber wasn't even like.
Yeah.
He was probably barely a baby during that time, right?
It makes there's some guests that make no sense, but yet there were some people that were on the show that they didn't even bring back. The person was on the show and they didn't have time for them. But they brought the BTS. I don't even know who BTS is. They had them on the show, or they had them on the reunion. I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, well. I would ask for what BTS is, our chat room, but I don't want to, I don't want someone to be ridiculed for knowing who they are. I'd rather not do that. It just seems kind of cruel. Oh, well. A 56-year-old woman in Florida named Debbie Neal Strickland recently married a guy named Jim Mirth. All right. She married him. She was 56. And then she married this guy, Jim. And this is a crazy story. And then 2 days. Oh, by the way, I'll give you a little background. She dated this guy. She dated this guy for 10 years. All right. They dated for 10 years. And while she was dating him, she got to know his ex-wife. All right. His ex-wife's name was Debbie. I'm sorry. Debbie was the new wife, but the ex-wife's name was Malin. All right. And 2 days, and Malin suffered from kidney disease. All right. And she was not doing that well. She had dark circles under her eyes. She was admitted to the hospital in November. Her kidneys were functioning at 8%. Jim and Malin had been divorced for 2 decades, but they raised their 2 children together. And he and his ex-wife were close even after he started dating Debbie. All right. Then 2 days after they got married, this Debbie Neal Strickland decided that she would give her kidney to her husband's ex-wife. And so she took off the wedding dress, put on a hospital gown, went in, and the doctors took one of her kidneys and gave it to her husband's ex-wife. It's an amazing story. But she has saved her husband's ex-wife's life by giving the kidney. How about that for a piece of good news, huh? By the way, I would never. I would never. I would never do anything like that. I wish I was the type of person that would do something like that. I'm just not. Would you donate a kidney to if you and your wife got divorced and you met somebody new and you married her, would you give a kidney to her ex-husband?
Possibly.
Oh no, that's great.
I would consider it.
Really? You would consider it?
I would consider it, yes.
I wouldn't.
Unless unless the guy beat her, you could give me a reason not to, really.
Well, I don't know why they got divorced. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows why they got divorced? Maybe they were having too many 3-ways. I know. I'd be like, why did he get the 3-ways and I don't? What the hell? I'm not giving you my kidney, fucker. He's had enough. I wish I was built that way. I'm just not. Would you give a kidney to anybody, Nick?
Yeah.
Really? You would?
Yeah.
You wouldn't save it?
If I can live off of one, what do I need the second one for? If I can help someone else out?
I'm saying, all right, here's the deal. Like, if one of my good friends needed a kidney, I don't think I'd give one up. Because who's to say my daughter won't need a kidney? Or maybe one day my daughter's child might need a kidney. I would want to save a kidney, just for that occasion. I had an uncle give up a kidney to my aunt years ago. And all I thought when he gave it up, I kept thinking, boy, I hope his kids never need a kidney. I mean, that's what I think about you. Like you said would you give a kidney to a stranger? You know
To
what
a
I mean?
stranger?
Yeah.
Not to a stranger. I'd have to know more about them.
I mean,
because what I'm giving them is a gift. So if they're a person who drinks a lot and is going to just piss away my gift, though I'm not going to give it to them.
What I mean, I would think that you would be like you'd want to make sure that your boys were okay, right? I mean,
yeah,
you have kids.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to save your kidney just in case they needed one?
Well, that's the risk you take. The odds of them needing my kidney are pretty low.
Well, good, but still, just in case. Let's make sure that they grow up fine, not needing a kidney. Your youngest one is how young? How young is Oliver?
7.
He's 7. What's the safe age for not needing? What's the safe age for not needing a kidney anymore? Like, wouldn't you want to save the kidney for Oliver just in case he needed one?
Well,
I mean, I know you'd
want to think that, but like I said, the odds of that happening are low.
I know, but I know you'd hope that one of your older kids would give one up. You know what I mean? One of the kids close in age. Yeah. I'm just saying. Besides, I don't know who'd want my kidneys. Like if Sean Balint needed a kidney, would you test to see if yours are compatible? Would you test to see if your kidneys were at least compatible?
No.
I would not test. There's no.
No. Because I know how Sean works.
Yeah.
He's going to fill it up with ski.
There's no way. I'd say Ron Coomer, the Cubs color commentary guy, he should test because he looks like Sean. I wouldn't test. I mean, who the hell would want one of my kidneys? Seriously, of all our listeners, if any of you guys had kidney disease and you need a kidney, I would imagine you wouldn't even ask me for a kidney, right? Like Nick, if you got kidney disease and you need a kidney,
mm-hmm.
and your choices were me or anyone else, whose kidney would you want?
Anyone else?
Yeah, you wouldn't want mine.
No.
Because I'm too fat. You're probably thinking.
And I think
his kidneys are a fucking mess.
Yeah. Well, and I think the doctors would figure that out too. So I'm going to go by the experts.
So you would think that I'm not a good match for anyone. Yeah. Kelly says if you donate a kidney and then yours goes bad, you're at the top of the list for a donated one. I didn't know that. So you get a stranger kidney put in you.
I would get one with the best match for me.
Yeah. I didn't have enough kids. I think
I didn't breed enough spare parts.
Yeah, I should have had more children. Because if
Honey,
I need a kidney, my
honey,
daughter.
honey, the only reason you're around is so in case I need an arm.
Yeah. Like my daughter would not give me a kidney.
I think this is why the Duggars had so many kids. They're just it's just a plethora of spare parts.
It was just in case they needed a transplant.
Yeah. There's got to be some medical history behind there.
Like, I think if my wife needed a kidney, my daughter, she'd give it up like that. You know what I mean? Like that, she'd give it up. If I needed a kidney, no. I think she'd pass. My daughter would pass giving me a kidney thinking, my mom might need one day. No. Let him die. I got nothing for him. I've got nothing for him. I think that, I'm pretty sure that'd be the reaction. I'm thank God I've never needed a kidney.
Yeah.
Because I just don't see, Jim the photographer would have given me a kidney. He would at least tested to see if, Jimmy would have tested because he would have loved if I had to get a kidney transplant from him because he would hold it over my head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, I'm inside of you.
Hey, Ray. Hey, Ray, who saved your life? I'll give you a hint. His name rhymes with him. Yeah. Yeah. An 11-year-old girl with autism who failed math in 2nd grade is now a math world record holder. Her name is Sanaa Hiremath. And she can multiply any two numbers in her head. Google came up with 2 random 6-digit numbers. To get the record, she had to multiply them in under 10 minutes. She did it in less than 2.
Wow.
Well, I have trouble multiplying anything above 10. You know what I mean? I'm good.
Now I do. Yeah. Before I could do it in an instant. As I get older, I'm like, I'm looking at my fingers.
I'm good in like 2 times 2, 4 times 6, 3 times 7. I'm good with any numbers under 10. But you get like above 13, forget it. If I go 17 times 16, forget it.
Nope.
I couldn't. There's no way. I'm just not, my mind just doesn't. But this girl who has autism is now the new record holder. A grandmother in New Jersey broke her hip 2 days before she was supposed to fly to Minnesota for her granddaughter's graduation.
Oh, no.
So instead, the granddaughter flew to New Jersey and showed up to her hospital room wearing her cap and gown so her grandmother could see her. That's a nice story. And last but not least, a boater in Florida jumped into a river to save his 4-year-old daughter last Friday. They got stuck by the current and couldn't get out. Then her 7-year-old brother swam against the current on and off for an hour until he made it to the shore. Then he ran to a house to get help. And all 3 people are alive and well and okay.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? A 7-year-old. A 7-year-old ends up swimming against the current, saving his whole family. That is crazy. The kid's name. What is his name? Chase Pounce. Or Poust. Chase Poust is the 7-year-old who saved his family. Want to see a picture of the family?
Sure.
I'm glad you asked. I will share it with you. Here's what the family looks like. Look at that. What do you think they were doing in that river? Floating down to make a drug deal or something? They look like a nice family.
I'm sure they are.
But that little 7-year-old kid, the one in the photo.
Oh yeah, he's got something to hold over Dad's head for quite a while.
He's the one who saved him.
Christmas better be good every year.
The dad and daughter were just going to drown. The 7-year-old saves everybody. Good for him.
I'll take a new PS whatever or Xbox whatever every time one comes out. Thank you.
That kid should get something cool. He deserves it. He saved his whole family. By the way, I should have had more kids. Damn it. That's exactly why I don't go. That's exactly why I don't go boating. So I don't want that to happen. And I'm pretty sure, so I don't have enough kids. You know what I mean? Like if I had, like my mom had 6 kids, you know what I mean? Six kids is a pretty good, that's pretty good. Because God forbid if something like that happened, you could send us swimming, and if you lose one, there's still enough left where another one could try it. You know what I mean? Another one could try and fail before the third one actually, goes and saves the day. So. I can see my mom. My mom will just keep sending us. Oh, well. That one swam and died. Oh, all right. Who's next? Go. Bodine, go. I don't want to go. Just go. Bodine died. I guess we're All right, Ray, go. Damn it. Like I could see my mom waiting to send me third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not because she loved me, but because she knew, she's like, damn. You know, like you'd want to send the one you think would make it first.
You got to go with the long shot last.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not gonna make it. Shit.
Damn it.
I guess send him. Yeah. Oh well. Although as a kid, I was in pretty good shape, you know. It says the adult they'd send me last. Yeah. Yeah. She would have lost Foon. She would have lost Foon and Bodine. You know. Before I eventually swam against the current and saved us, you know. But she had enough kids to do that. See, I've only got the one.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a good amount. You got, you know.
Yeah, but two of them aren't biologically mine.
Well.
So that's a guessing game whether I'm going to be a match for them for any kind of spare parts.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's right. I never thought about that. Yeah, but still. Oh, so you would definitely send them first.
Oh, of course.
All right. We should probably wrap up today because it's getting late. On tomorrow's show, have you ever had a crush on someone at work? Have you ever had a crush on someone at work? That will be on tomorrow's show, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to today. We will return tomorrow at 8 o'clock with another free show. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. See you guys later. So long, everybody.